Okay, so we continue to the section for algebra. So this is the part for what we call the addition, the basics of algebra, the addition, subtraction. Then we have the multiplication and also the division of this polynomial. So polynomial divide into quite variety lah. We have quadratic. We also have even higher levels of polynomial. So this is a quadratic form, which is power of square. You have the x power of square, and there's also a linear form, which is just simple x plus 6 or something like that. Okay, so now if you look at this question, if we want to do the addition for polynomial, what we did is just have to follow a few steps such as this. So to make sure that when you want to do addition or subtraction, be sure that the same terms over here must be added together. So they are from the same groups of people, or same groups of, not people, same groups of terms, where this is square and square. So this is one group. And then the constant value with constant value, don't ever add this thing to constant because it's not the same species, something like that. So if you look at this situation over here, what we want to do is that we open up the bracket, okay, over here. So we open up the bracket, and what we have over here is, once we open up the bracket over here, we have 7x squared plus 6 plus 2x squared minus 4. So these two will join up together into one, and then the other two constant will join up at the back. So this will have 9x squared. For the back we have this is 2, so negative 4 plus 6, we get 2 here, and that finish out for the this first example. So we're going to move to the second example over here. Okay, so we move to the second example. Wait. Okay, now second example we have this is a bit longer one. Okay, so we have the situation where you have three terms. It's a linear because it doesn't have any x squared inside this polynomial. So it's a linear, so which is much easier compared to the quadratic forms of polynomial. So we open up the bracket and we join up all three of them like this. So open up the bracket, and the x will be joining together into one piece of term, so it becomes 3x over here, while the constant value will also join up together, which is the same, this is the same species, so we join them together over here, and we have 3. So as simple as that. Now we look at even more higher level question. So let's see if we have any types of a bit harder question over here. Okay. Okay, now we wait for this. Seems the internet line got a bit problems over here, so just have to wait. Okay, so now I'm gonna move to the second section over here, which is on the parts of what we call this subtraction. Okay, so we go for the subtraction part. Now for polynomial subtraction, so this is some example that we can see in this section. So for this one, okay, now for this example over here, we pick a simple example lah. Okay, so we have a quadratic equation, so 2x squared plus 1 minus with another x squared minus 2x plus 1 over here. So what we did is, now we're trying to subtract the two polynomial. Okay, so the procedure is the same as addition. We just have to join up the same groups of this term together, constant with constant, square with square, and the linear with the linear. So Now we open up the brackets over here, and what we have is we have this 2x squared plus 1, and then this whole thing. So after we open up this, and this negative will join up inside, so we're going to multiply. We have negative x squared, negative multiply with this one, it becomes positive, so it becomes positive 2x, and this another negative 1. So what we did, we just simplify this. We're going to check inside this polynomial, is there any similar terms. So these are the two that's similar, so this will become negative 2x squared minus x squared, so we got x squared over here. This one alone, so it doesn't bother. These two cancel out each other, so it's gone. Okay, this is for one of the example over here. I will look at for another one. This is another one. Instead of using x, we're using a. It's the same thing. So this is 3a squared plus 1 minus this term over here. So the question purposely set this 2a squared behind. There's the reason. Okay, so now what we did is we open up the bracket again, but you have to be very careful. Okay, whenever we do this operation negative, there's always something might happen. If the signs over here is negative, then you have to be more careful. If it's positive, then it shouldn't be a bother. Okay, so with negative, we multiply into the bracket, we have negative 4, this is negative 2a squared. So we join up the two similar terms, which is a squared and a squared over here, we get a squared. This one 3 minus 2, we get a. This 1 minus 4, we get negative 3. Okay, this end for this question. Okay, now we're gonna go for the next few question. Okay, now I take this example. Okay, this one. Now I take this as example, which is a bit larger group. So we have polynomial complete set. Okay, this is a quadratic equation. Both are quadratic in a full form. So we open up the bracket, but you have to be careful with this negative sign. So when this negative sign multiply into it, what actually happened is this turned into negative 4a squared, this negative 6a, negative 12. So now we're going to join this similar terms over here, which is 6a squared minus 4a squared. This one, we get 2a squared. 5a, which is negative 6a, we get negative a. And this one, we get negative 2. Okay, so that's end up for the section of subtraction.